Well, one of the standout moments for me at the Grammy Awards, well, not the actual awards themselves, but this, Madonna, looking like she got the wrong date for Halloween. Well, now she's taken to Instagram to say many people chose only to talk about close-up photos of me. God forbid that anyone would photograph Madonna taken with a long-lens camera by a press photographer that would distort anyone's face. Once again, I'm caught in the glare of ageism and misogyny that permeates the world we live in, a world that refuses to celebrate women past the age of 45. I have a view that Madonna is now become the most grotesque train wreck embarrassment in the history of world entertainment.
Madonna fans are not happy with Piers Morgan, calling him misogynistic and insensitive after making comments about the Queen of Pop on his talk TV show, Piers Morgan Uncensored.
She's too old. She shouldn't be doing this shtick.
Once again, Piers Morgan is stirring chaos, this time by taking aim at the Queen of Pop herself, Madonna. The loudmouth talk show host has beef with plenty of celebs, but his ongoing war with Madonna has to be one of the wildest feuds in entertainment. In his latest attack, Piers mocked her look at the Grammy Awards, cruelly saying she looked like she was dressed for Halloween. Instead of backing down, he doubled down on social media, tweeting, "Every time I've met Madonna, she was a rude little madam." And if that wasn't enough, Piers dragged things even further on his talk TV show, calling her a hot mess and claiming she should be put out to pasture like an old show pony. He didn't stop there. He went on to bash her for still acting like a sex kitten in her 60s, saying it's embarrassing to watch. The nerve. But here's the question. Has Madonna clapped back? And if so, what exactly did she say? Because this clash is getting uglier by the minute. And don't forget, this isn't the first time Piers has come for her. In the past, he's branded Madonna pathetic and embarrassing, insisting she doesn't know how to age gracefully. He even mocked her dominatrix-style VMA outfit, joking that her purse was so tight with money it would take chainsaws to open it. Savage words. Believe it or not, this feud stretches back decades. It all started in the 90s when Piers allegedly chucked a bread roll at her during an event. Things only escalated in 2001 when they ended up at the same party, and from there, it's been non-stop shade ever since. The madness really kicked off at celebrity chef Marco Pierre White's 40th birthday party, a night that went down in tabloid history. According to Piers, Madonna, who showed up with then-husband Guy Ritchie, completely lost it when the late comic Bernard Manning's jokes rubbed her the wrong way. And what did Piers do? He launched a bread roll straight at the Queen of Pop. Yes, you heard that right. A bread roll started this decades-long war. Piers later told OK Magazine that Madonna was acting obnoxious, not just to him, but to everyone at the table. With only 40 guests there, tensions ran high. Piers said Guy Ritchie was cracking up at Manning's jokes, while Madonna sat fuming, and that's when Piers decided to toss the bread. He even went as far as to claim that Madonna was attention-seeking and that her 15 minutes of superstardom had already run out. Bold words for a man throwing carbs at a global icon. Now here's the twist. Madonna never directly addressed Piers' wild claims, nor did she ever respond to being banned from his CNN show. Instead, she would take little jabs at her haters in interviews, always keeping things indirect. But Piers, he wasn't done. In January 2011, right before he launched Piers Morgan Tonight, he called Madonna an irritant in my life for 20 years and demanded the only way she could ever appear on his show was if she apologized to him, live on CNN. The audacity. When pressed by Access Hollywood to explain what really went down, Piers stayed cryptic. Something happened with Madonna. She knows. He hinted at multiple incidents, pointing not only to the bread roll fiasco, but also an explosive run-in at the Cannes Film Festival involving photographers and bodyguards. Clearly, this beef wasn't just a petty squabble. It was a simmering Hollywood grudge with layers of drama. Piers didn't stop at bread rolls. He dragged their feud into every corner of his life. He even brought up a drama tied to a pub run by his brother Rupert, which just so happened to be owned by Madonna's then-husband, Guy Ritchie. But here's where things turned really ugly. Piers claims Madonna's team straight up sabotaged him. According to Piers, the worst thing Madonna ever did was feed him false info while he was running a newspaper. He recalled, Madonna's publicist once told me, "Listen to me, Madonna is not pregnant." I asked if she was sure, and she swore on it. The very next day, Madonna announced her pregnancy, and it went live on a rival newspaper's website. Piers branded it a series of crimes against him, convinced he'd been played by Madonna's inner circle. Fast forward to 2016, when Madonna popped up on James Corden's Carpool Karaoke, and Piers lost it all over again. Watching her twerk in the car and brag about kissing Michael Jackson, he ranted, "I loved Madonna when she acted her age. You can't be 58 and prancing about. I just want her to put it away." He even claimed his own mother texted him mid-show begging, "Do not show that clip of Madonna in the car." She speaks for Middle England brutal, but things escalated again in 2019. Piers went nuclear when Madonna was spotted at JFK Airport, covered head to toe in black, looking like she was wearing a burqa. In his Daily Mail column, he branded her grotesquely offensive, slamming the stunt as shameless attention-seeking and accusing her of mocking Muslim culture. He fumed. She knew exactly what she was doing because she's been doing the same thing for 40 years. Shameless attention-seeking. Still, for all his venom, Piers admits he once held Madonna in high regard. But the way he tells it, that respect curdled into one of the pettiest and most personal celebrity feuds of all time. Piers even tried to crown himself an A-list celebrity just because he had more Twitter followers than Madonna. In August 2021, when a critic shaded him online, Piers smugly clapped back, "Well, I've got 3 times as many followers as Madonna." That was all he needed to boost his ego and take another swipe at her. The very next month, he reignited his grudge live on Good Morning Britain. This time, Madonna had just announced she'd be directing her own biopic about her life and music, co-writing it with Oscar winner Diablo Cody. Instead of respecting her hustle, Piers mocked her mercilessly, calling her pathetic and embarrassing all over again. He even took aim at her love life, sneering at her relationship with dancer Ala Malik Williams. Piers couldn't resist twisting the knife, saying, "When Madonna released Holiday, she was the best pop star in the world, no question. But now, it's just pathetic. Everyone finds her pathetic. And now she's making a biopic? Please." He doubled down, calling her 62 going on 20, and blasted her for trying to act the age of her boyfriends. With venom in his voice, he added, "Her latest one's what, 18? Barely older than her kids. The disrespect was unreal." And he didn't stop there. At the start of 2023, when Madonna unveiled her Celebration World Tour, Piers went in on her yet again. On Twitter, he slammed, "I think Madonna's become the biggest cringe-making fiasco in world entertainment." On his Talk TV show, he hammered her with the same tired insult, saying she was a hot mess who should be put out to pasture instead of trying to play sex kitten in her 60s. At this point, it wasn't just criticism. It was a full-on obsession, with Piers building his brand off tearing Madonna down. Piers took things to a whole new low when he aired a string of Madonna's risque Instagram snaps, including one of her sprawled under a bed with her bare backside on display. He sneered that the Queen of Pop had hit rock bottom and suggested she should do her next arena shows from a rocking chair. The backlash was instant. People blasted his comments as misogynistic, cruel, and flat-out obsessed. Many even said Piers wasn't exposing Madonna. He was exposing himself as tragic. And yet, he still wouldn't stop. At this year's Grammy Awards in LA, Madonna shocked viewers with her plumped lips, smooth skin, and wrinkle-free face. Instead of applauding her reinvention, Piers mocked her mercilessly. Posting a zoomed-in shot of her face, he snarked, "I thought Halloween was in October!" The internet went wild, calling him out for body shaming while clinging to an outdated feud. Things got even spicier when comedian James Barr confronted him on Talk TV after Piers ranted that Madonna had done stuff to her face surgically and that people now shriek in horror whenever she appeared. James fired back, questioning why nobody was talking about Piers's looks. Piers, in full denial, claimed, "I literally get fat-shamed all the time, even though, as you can see, I'm basically emaciated." The irony had fans laughing harder at him than at Madonna. But here's the moment everyone had been waiting for. Madonna finally clapped back. After presenting at the Grammys, she hit Instagram with a fiery statement, posting party clips alongside Sam Smith, Kim Petras, Cardi B, and other stars. She ripped into her haters. Instead of focusing on what I said in my speech, which was about fearlessness and artists like Sam and Kim, people chose to obsess over close-up photos of me taken with a long lens camera that would distort anyone's face. It was her way of reminding the world she's still in control of her own narrative no matter how loud Piers screams. Madonna herself summed it up best. Once again, I'm caught in the glare of ageism and misogyny that permeates the world we live in. The icon made it clear. This was bigger than just a feud with Piers. She even took to Twitter with a bold message. The world is threatened by my power, my stamina, my intelligence, and my will to survive. But they will never break me. And how did Piers react? By doing what he always does, mocking. He reposted her tweet with a string of laughing emojis, acting petty as ever. But this time, fans weren't having it. One fired back. "Leave her alone, Piers. This is getting unhealthy." Another wrote, "Madonna can do whatever she likes to her body. It's hers. You don't have to like it, but keep it respectful." The backlash only grew, with supporters throwing hard facts in his face. One fan reminded him, "Dearest Piers, Madonna has sold 300 million albums, dropped 92 singles, sold 100 million singles, headlined 11 sold-out world tours, grossed nearly $2 billion, broken 26 world records, and won over 300 awards, including Grammys and Golden Globes. Just saying, those numbers don't lie. Madonna's legacy is untouchable." At this point, it's crystal clear. Whatever beef Piers has with Madonna, it's personal, petty, and maybe even obsessive. Meanwhile, she's still out here breaking barriers, shutting down critics, and reminding the world why she's the queen of pop. But what do you think? Is Piers just being bitter and picky, or does he have a point buried under all that noise? Let us know your thoughts down in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and hit that notification bell. And we'll see you in the next one.